Hi, welcome to this course about concept testing. And concept testing is what you do when you're introducing a new product into the market. So before you're actually launching your product or your value proposition, you're going to test it with your target users just so that you're sure about the success it's going to have later on in the market. So you're testing it in order to find out how it fits into the lives of your potential customers, and also what details you might improve and how you could make the design optimal for your users so that they can really adopt it and integrate it into their habits and their motivations, and you can really find out how this works for them. So how does concept testing fit into your process as an innovator or as an entrepreneur? Well, whether you use design thinking or lean startup or customer development, this really fits into your process. When you're using design thinking, this is probably one of the last phases that you're going to do with your prototype. So you should have a prototype already. And every time you have a prototype, you go to your target user, you test it with your target user, you get some insights, and then you improve upon your prototype, make a higher fidelity prototype, and then you're going to test it again. And you repeat this cycle a couple of times just so that you're sure about the success with your target group and find out how valuable your value proposition actually is for them. So now when you're applying customer development or lean startup, this is the way that you validate your solution. So the solution you're going to bring to your customer in order to solve their problem that you've validated before, this is going to be the test of your solution. So it perfectly fits into the build, measure, learn cycle. You have your prototype already, so you've built your prototype. Then you're going to measure it, so you're going to test it. You're going to propose this to your customers. You're going to show it to them. You're going to ask for feedback, or you're going to do maybe a customer journey based on what you find in the feedback from your customers. Then you get to measure it. Then you get some insights. So you get the right conclusions from your customer feedback, and then you're going to build again. So this way you can really go through the build, measure, learn cycle a couple of times, and it perfectly fits into the customer creation, the company building part of your customer development process. Now in this course we're going to talk both about explorative and validating tests. So explorative tests really focus on whether your solution, whether your concept actually solves a problem and how it basically does that. So what kind of function it should have and how it solves the problem, whereas validating focuses more on the design and the details of the product. So whether the turn off, turn on button should be on the top or on the bottom, what kind of colors you should use, how many buttons you should find in the menu of your website. So much more focused on details and usability, whereas the explorative test focuses more on the larger concept and how it solves a problem. Now, we're also going to talk about some success and failure cases, which are usually really quite interesting as well, to see what kind of difference a concept test actually makes in your process as an innovator or an entrepreneur. Now, who am I to take this from? So my name is Inge de Dreu. I've been a coach, an entrepreneurship coach for many years now, and I've been applying a lot of these methodologies such as lean startup and customer development, and also techniques that are related to design thinking. I've been coaching over 500 teams, and I really specialize in the innovation part, in the figuring out how a concept is going to work in the market or how a business model will fit into the market. I'm a university teacher in entrepreneurship and innovation, and my background is, my studies are basically in management. Now, I have a company called playgroundforentrepreneurs.com, and I, of course, invite you to take a look at the website and really find a lot of resources about entrepreneurship as well. Now, as I mentioned, all these methodologies, design thinking, customer development, lean startup, you can find a lot of courses that I've made on these topics as well on Skillshare. So please do take a look, because they're very complementary, and then you can really build your own innovative concept or your own company using all these techniques and methodologies.